only the credentials of the Flogger user. So now I'm going to log off. I'm logging off of the session created by the Flogger user. And I'm going to log in to the server using any other user. And now, as you can see, even when I log off of the session created by the Flogger user, the credentials of that user are still there. So that is a problem, and that's one of the ways, one of the things that happens with these credentials are stored in memory, and that's why this technique is also very useful, because you are able to get credentials for domain administrators even when they have logged off from that system like years ago, or well, months or hours or whatever. Because basically, I haven't tested this thoroughly, but it stays for days, and it never disappears. And I can show you, for example, there are actually no processes running as that user. I can run Task Manager, and you can see that it's showing processes from all users, and there's no process running as the Flogger user. Let's scroll this down. All processes are running as other accounts. So it's not that there's some orphan process running off of that logon session with the credentials of the Flogger user. So there is a bug. How much time do I have? Okay, 7 minutes. Okay, the conclusions. So basically, what the pathing hash toolkit brings to you is the possibility of performing the pathing hash technique on the Windows platform. And that means that you don't have any more limitations on the functionality that you can use with this technique. You can use any tool that you want. And you can also use this during the pen test on a remote machine. Just as I show you how to use the IAM tool locally, you can use it remotely using ps-exec, for example, to create a console session with a remote server. And you can do that and then use that remote machine as a pivoting point to some other machines on the network. And this is something that you weren't able to do before this tool came along. And the other good part of the toolkit is that using the who's there and the who's there alt tools, you are actually able to steal credentials that are stored in memory, and you are not only able to get credentials of current logon sessions, you are also able to obtain credentials of past logon sessions and even logon sessions that were actually eliminated because of bugs that are present on Windows, they remain there. So this is very good because, like I said, when you compromise one machine, you can actually, just by running the who's there tool, instantly compromise the whole domain. And that's it. So I hope you like it. If you have any questions, I'm willing to try to answer them. No questions? Okay, there's a question.
Does it work without LM hash? When storing LM hash is prohibited by policy.
Can you talk a little louder? I can't hear you. Can you talk a little louder?
Does it work without LM hash?
Without what?
Without LM hash, only with NTLM.
I can't get what you're saying. With all hashes? No.
No.
It only works with the direct hash of the password, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Does it require administrator access to run?
Yeah, it's a post-exploitation tool. But the good thing is that, like I said, even if it is a post-exploitation tool, since you can actually, because of the things that I said, you can actually move from owning one machine to gaining control of the whole domain, it is still useful.
But then that means you need to gain access on that one machine first.
It's very common. If you have a network with like servers, a lot of servers, it's very common for an administrator to actually log into machines during their daily work, right?
No, I mean if you only have guest access on one machine, can you use that?
No, you have to actually own the machine.
Oh,
you have to at least own one machine on the local network, and then you can move from that machine to owning the domain. It's a post-exploitation technique that requires administration privileges, at least in one box.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? No?
Now, Hernan, I could be wrong, but you actually have some demonstration which, due to time constraints, you are not able to demo here today. Am I correct?
Oh, that actually was the demonstration that I did of the credentials remaining in memory even after logging off.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
Okay. Well, excellent. That's great. If there's anything more as well, and if you need a place or a venue to actually run through with the audience, feel free to do so over at our foyer, or our secretary will be made available. So if you'd like to further the discussions with Hernan, even not during this presentation slot, anytime today and tomorrow, you will be around during the conference, right?
Yes, that's right.
Any other questions before we close this presentation? No? Oh, yes.
Excuse me, does this technique work against Windows Server 208?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Does this tools work against Windows Server 208?
208? I haven't tested it. But I'm sure you only have to do some minor modifications, basically to find the addresses in memory. But I'm pretty sure that everything stays the same in that version of Windows. I'm not sure. It's something to look at, but I don't think that it had changed it that much. That's it.
No other questions? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Hernan Ochoa.
Thank you very much for your time.